Hey everybody, it's Professor Scott from the LSAT LaunchPad here to talk to you about what makes the LSAT so tough, right? So there's really two reasons what makes the LSAT so tough. Let's take a look at them. Uh, we can break it down into two questions. Why is it so tough and how is it so tough? So first, let's take a look at why it's so tough. Well, very simple. The LSAT is designed to make students miss questions, right? And the fact that it's designed to make students miss questions gives LSAT students a lot of problems, and here's why. The LSAT students, the students who want to go to law school, they're the best of the best. You're the best of the best. You're accomplished, college graduate. You're intelligent. You're motivated. Many of you have already been successful, in various life and business ventures. And yet now you're taking a test that's designed to make you make mistakes. And it tends to throw our world like upside down. We don't react well to it when we don't know it's coming. We don't react well to it when we don't prepare for that actual reality. Why do they have to do this? What is it about the test that makes the test makers try to make the test takers miss as many questions as possible? Well, of course, the LSAT needs to make sure that the student is intellectually ready for graduate level study, and that means having to navigate and negotiate through various challenges and traps that are set in the questions. But here's the real kicker. Here's why. The LSAT needs to create a ranking of who is better than who as a potential law student. Now, if you consider what we already talked about, the LSAT is for the best of the best, right? So here you are, knowing that you're accomplished, knowing that you're motivated, knowing that you're intelligent, and you're only competing against other people who are also accomplished, motivated, and intelligent. And now you're not only in direct competition with them, but this whole test is designed to be the competition, right? So we have to get past this idea that if you prepare for the test, if you put in the time, that you ought to do well. The test doesn't care about that. Instead, we need to understand how the test is designed, why, how does the test try to make students miss questions, and we need to attack at that level. So the next question is, how is it so tough? Right? We just talked about why it's so tough. Now, how is it so tough? Where's the actual difficulty? So, well, how about this? Let's look at our difficulty chart. And we can see from our difficulty chart, there's two portions to the test, logical reasoning and reading comprehension. And we can see by the bold font here, the difficulties are in opposite directions in each portion. For the logical reasoning, the timing for a given question usually isn't what trips us up, nor is reading the passage effectively. Knowing what we're being asked and how to answer it and what questions effectively answers it, though, that's all the trouble in logical reasoning. And that's a ton of trouble. So our preparation needs to really focus on question type analysis, answer processes, and answer choice selection. Not to say that we can ignore the issues of timing and that we don't have to be sharp and precise in how we attack the passage, but those are not the challenges that lead to failure for students. It's question type identification, answer process identification, and application, and selecting the right answer choice. Now, on reading comprehension, we can see just the opposite. We look down at question type and answer process ID and answer choice selection. Again, those aren't givens. We have to do our work there for sure, but that's not where they try to make you miss the questions. They try to make you miss the questions in reading comprehension when it comes to timing and how to attack the passage effectively. So, of course, the proper preparation program needs to deal with the difficulties as they occur on the test. Right? Here's just a closer look at logical reasoning. The difficulties fall in the latter portion of the chart. Reading comprehension difficulties fall in the beginning portion of the chart. What to do, what to do? Well, what we have to do is we have to have a preparation plan that takes into account all of these difficulties, knowing those difficulties are going to be there, knowing those challenges are going to be there. And a preparation plan needs to put us ahead of those challenges, ahead of those difficulties right from the get-go. Now, what does that look like at the LSAT LaunchPad? We standardize our processes. Now, wait a minute, what does that even mean? Standardizing processes means we always do the exact same thing. We always do the exact same thing. Our preparation is based on knowing what to do every step of the way and doing that, right? For us, when we standardize our processes, the challenge is not what do I do now? The challenge is not how do I do it? We're always going to know what to do and how to do it because we standardize our processes, because we follow a scripted approach. For us, the challenge that's going to define our success is going to be, how do I do it well? Am I doing it well? How do I do it quickly enough? Am I doing it quickly enough? And the advantage that gives us over the other test takers that we're competing against directly is huge. Because most test takers and certainly most prep programs don't create this mentality of, I know exactly what to do here and I know exactly how to do it. Here's how I do it well. Here's how I do it properly. Here's how I do it quickly. So we standardize our processes. We script our entire approach to the test, right? A total playbook approach every step of the way. And when I say we script our entire approach to the test, I mean we script our entire approach to the test. And not only do we script the entire approach to the test, our approach needs to be perfectly responsive to those difficulties and challenges we were just talking about. Our script has to respond to how the test makers design the questions so that the students miss them. And it has to respond directly to the difficulty chart. So, of course, that's what we do here at the LSAT LaunchPad. And if you want to hear more about the exact steps to take, about the scripted approach, about our guide to hacking the test, our guide to hacking the questions, like and subscribe. Oh yeah, and sign up for our 2-week free trial program, the LSAT LaunchPad script system. We'll be happy to give you a no obligation, risk-free, insanely good running head start into your LSAT prep. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed our look at to why the LSAT is so tough and what to do about it. Again, I'm Professor Scott, and I'm here waiting to help you crush the LSAT. Bye. Talk to you soon.